Okay, I have something important to tell you. I just went through several days. Well, it's still happening, but I guess today is a Tuesday, and starting on a Wednesday last week, I started to get the most nutty amount of synchronistic number flashing that I've ever gotten in my life. Started out, so I was in the city, so obviously you see a lot more numbers in the city, but I was with my son for a couple of days, and I saw a lot of the 777, those kind of numbers coming up. But I always see an increase in those when we're together, and I'm not sure why. Then, after that, I started to see a lot of 77s. 77. I started with him, and then it continued 77, 77. And I was like, how could I see so many 77s in one day? Like 10 a day, at least. So then I'm leaving the city, and this corresponds to two decisions that I recently made that I think triggered this as some kind of answer to, like, yes, I think you got this, or this particular thing. So as I was leaving the city, you know how you get onto the highway and it's like many, many lanes and there's cars everywhere, and I'm like on the highway, there's like 4 lanes, and I'm moving my head like back and forth looking at the cars, and there's 77s everywhere. I was like, this is statistically impossible for this to be happening right now. It was like somebody opened up the 77 sprinkles from somewhere up there and just threw them all out onto the highway in front of me. And also I was getting 27s, which was a big number for me, and 777s. And they were just happening all at once. It was like, hey, we really want you to know, this is what it felt like, that you're on the right track with something here, and so we're going to make it so obvious that it's going to be statistically impossible for this to happen unless we're trying to tell you something. That's what it felt like. All right, so, but you of course want to know, what did I recently change? What did I recently figure out? So I decided to do 2 particular practices to test or see how, if they, I had these kind of ideas come to me that I should try these things to see if they would align me with the flow. One of the things, the first thing was I had the realization, this came over time because I got some lessons in this. You know how we may control things on a daily basis in certain ways, but there's another level of control where there's like excessive planning ahead, or kind of making sure that you reduce the number of variables that will occur in the future. I'm very guilty of this. So like when I plan things, I plan too far ahead some of the details that don't need to be taken care of or shouldn't be taken care of until you get closer to that thing happening. And one of the things that made me figure this out is because there's someone in my life who, if I give him too much information ahead of time, because he's a little bit elderly and a lot elderly, and gets overwhelmed if I overplan, if I tell things too far ahead of time, if I try to control the variables, right? So what I learned from him is just let him know when the time comes that I'm leaving or going someplace, and also what needs to happen, and that is a lot less stressful for him. But then I also discovered that if I do that in regular life, if I make a plan. Let's say I just bought a ticket to go to Palm Springs, a one-way ticket because I had to use up a credit. And I don't even know why I'm going there. I don't know who I'm going to meet there. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who I'm going to be with. But I did sort of make a plan with someone, but I don't know if that plan's going to follow through. But I took the leap of faith of I'm just going to buy this ticket and hope that things will be able to be arranged at that time. Now, in my old self, I would be planning too much ahead of time how that's all going to happen. And it's not going to be until November. So I've discovered, this is big, you guys. Don't start working on that thing until the thing gets closer to you. And trust that a lot of the things are going to work themselves out before you even have a chance to do anything. That's the big thing. What I realized is there needs to be space and room for when you make a decision to move this way or to move that way. Excuse me. When you make a decision to do that, then you just let things be orchestrated how they need to be orchestrated. So this is a big letting go thing. This is letting go on a level I haven't practiced before, and not trying to control the variables. This is really good. So that was one thing that I did. And the other thing that I did, the other realization I had is, okay. So just to give you an example of what this is, for instance, if I'm packing to go somewhere, instead of making a list that comes from my brain, I say to myself, I'm going to start packing. I'm not going to make a list, but I'm going to receive every thought that comes through as it comes through. So I'm going to begin the thing, and as the thing is happening, I will go, I'm going to need coconut milk. I'm going to need my blender. I'm going to need whatever pops into my head, and then I just go and get that thing, put it out on the counter or whatever. I wait until the thought comes to me. And I'm practicing this with other things too. So instead of, I guess it's another type of orchestration. Instead of thinking I have to make the plans or know what's going to happen or decide the thing, I say to myself, whatever I need to remember or know will come to me. And I trust that. And so instead of being so much in my mind trying to orchestrate things, I'm in a state of receiving and responding. Receiving and responding. Receiving and responding. Can you feel how big that is? I'm feeling how big that is. That's a level of trust that I've dabbled in, but I've never immersed myself in it the way I am now. And this is why I think the 77 sprinkles got scattered across the highway for me, so to make sure that I got the message that this is a thing that is really going to help me in my life. And it already is, because even before I went to the city, there was one plan that was made about how long I was going to stay there, etc., etc. And it got changed at the last minute because everybody else's plans changed. And typically I would be jumping in to try and control all the new variables, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it at all. I just trusted, okay, this is a new plan, and this plan is going to turn out the best for everybody. And what happens when you do that is, this is so great. What happens when you do that is all these synchronistic things happen as if somebody is putting the puzzle pieces together. Click, 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 click. Like, for instance, parking in the city is really hard, but on those first 2 days, I had opportunities to park in someone's parking spot when I was unloading my stuff, and for another time too, because otherwise I'd have to move my car every 2 hours. And those things kind of fell into place, and other things fell into place. And I'm beginning to notice that the more I trust, the more I let things come to me and then respond, the more fun, exciting things happen. And that's, believe me, not my style, guys, because I'm a planner. I like to make sure I plan for things. And even when I'm going to do something with somebody now, like let's say I want to go to a concert with somebody, well, I'm not big on concerts, but if I want to go to whatever with someone, I don't love crowds, that's why, but I do like music. I wait till it gets closer to let the plans unfold. And I trust that the person that I'm making the plans with doesn't need communication from me until we're getting closer to the thing. All right, so I don't want to make this too long because I'm back in my nest, but not for very long, and I have to use my old-fashioned modem, and I'm not going to be taking my computer with me for super fast uploading, so I have to stop there. But please try this. Please try this. It will amaze you. Thank you for listening.